Hello there, you're listening to the Box Office Show. I'm Ryan Hill.
And I'm Dylan Johnson. Today we're going to be talking about the box office numbers from last weekend and our box office predictions for this upcoming weekend.
We'll also be doing an update on the 2026 Oscar draft, and we'll make our predictions for who will win the big prizes this year, as well as who we think should win.
All right, let's launch into our box office breakdown from March 6th to the 8th. In first place, as we predicted, as I pretty closely predicted, Hoppers with 45 million.
Indeed, so good, solid opening there for an original Pixar film. Scream 7 had 17 million in its second weekend, so a sizable drop from its massive opening, which I guess to be expected, but we'll have to see
Huge
from here on out
front
if it has decent legs. But yeah, hugely front loaded.
Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride made 7 million.
Oof, in its debut, unfortunate. Goat, 6.4 million.
Wuthering Heights, 3.7 million.
Crime 101 with 2.3 million.
Epic, the Elvis Presley in concert, 1.5 million.
Sendell with 1.5 million.
I Can Only Imagine 2, 1.5 million.
And then Demon Slayer coming back into theaters to get 1.3 million more into its tally.
Sorry, what's the full title of that, if you don't mind?
Kimetsu no Yaiba Infinity Castle.
Thank you.
All right. So for the box office predictions from March 13th to the 15th, Reminders of Him, the new Colleen Hoover adaptation.
Boo.
At some point, we're going to have to need to do a Colleen Hoover. She's got
I do not like Colleen Hoover.
2 or 3 films out already. She's got like 2 more coming out later this year. It's crazy. You said boo for what?
I don't like Colleen Hoover.
What have you read of hers?
None of it. I should read it so that my distaste has backup. But I just don't like the concepts of her books. I should read It Ends With Us and then come up with and then decide whether I dislike her, because It Ends With Us is like her most popular book, I would say.
Yeah, we'll do maybe for Verity later this year or something. We can do a Colleen Hoover episode. We'll have to get someone else on. Like, who's actually a fan? I want to know who's reading all this stuff.
I don't know anybody that reads
like huge
books.
on Book Talk and BookTube and all this stuff. Getting a lot of films coming out, and they've been pretty successful. So, what do you think Reminders of Him is going to get?
Dude, I don't know. Maybe like 13 or 14 million.
I'm going higher. I think we'll do a 21 million opening.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, we'll see, man.
Indeed. All right. Let's now go into the Oscar draft update for what is the most exciting Oscar season we've had.
Yeah.
The Parasite
very
year.
interesting.
Like, this is amazing. So, a lot of nail biters. We'll talk about all that when we get into our category predictions. But as far as the Oscar draft, again, still there's some hope there, but I think for the most part,
so
it's
fucked.
our selections for the nominations. There's a big disparity there. So let's go through the films on our roster and then the points that they got. So, Dylan, you're leading the way.
Yeah, I picked Sinners with 16 points, which is a huge dub for me. And my only dub.
Historic. And then I had One Battle After Another, which had 13 points. And then I picked Frankenstein, which had 9 points. And then Marty Supreme, another one of mine, had 9 points. And then Sentimental Value, another one of mine, had 9 points.
Kill yourself. I picked Hamnet with 8 points. And then Begonia with 4 points.
And then Avatar Fire and Ash had 2 points.
And then Jay Kelly and Wicked for Good both had 0 because I'm a fucking idiot.
2 goose eggs. We went through this. I told you I honestly thought you were gonna have 3 goose eggs with Begonia, but there was some love there. But I told you Jay Kelly. I'm like, I don't know if I feel it. And then Wicked for Good.
I should have picked Train Dreams. I should have fucking picked Train Dreams, bro.
Quality gap for Wicked for Good. I didn't think it was gonna go goose egg. I just thought it was gonna have way fewer nominations than the original. But
wow,
that was stunning. They hated Wicked for Good. They said, I do not want to see Ariana Grande. I do not.
Fuck you, man. I hate this game.
Cynthia
this game sucks.
So our total tally.
Let's do the box office draft again. Let's re-record that episode where I won for a third time. I hate this shit.
Well, we're gonna see how 2026 goes, but I'm feeling good. I think I'm gonna take the crown with that. I'm definitely gonna win here. And then next Oscars, hey, I'm coming for
I hate you.
Another one. So let's see. my total tally, right? Each nomination is worth 1 point. So altogether, my films had 42 points.
Fuck off.
And then
Mine
Dylan,
is at
yours,
28. You're
the
about
majority of
5
which are
wins ahead
from
of me.
Sinners.
I would need to win 6 more than you in order to win this draft. And that is the biggest gap so far, I think.
How do you say? Because the difference is 14 points. You get
Yeah.
3 points for each win. So
Yeah.
that's a disparity. You need 5 wins,
I would need
assuming
5 wins.
that I don't win anything, which you already
I would
know
need
is not the
5
case.
wins more than you in order to
Yeah,
win, which is the biggest disparity so far, I think, going
it's a
into the
pretty big
Oscars.
one. It's the Oppenheimer year, maybe. I don't know. We'll
Possibly, yeah.
we can look back and see all that stuff,
I
but it's
mean,
definitely a
if
bad outlier.
Sinners can dominate, perhaps I could do it, but I just don't think it's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
that's the case. Like even if that were to happen, it's like I have 5 wins practically guaranteed already outside of that.
Shut up.
And then I have one battle
Shut
beating
the fuck
Sinners
up.
in every other category except maybe 2 or 3. And so yeah, it's just not looking good. This is
I
a
hate you.
dub for me. I'm thrilled about it, but we'll go through the lists here, all the categories, and see what we think is actually going to play out on Oscars night. So let me get
Yeah.
my sheet of paper to start tallying things. But yeah, how do you feel about this whole Oscar season?
Um It was fine. It was fun. I haven't been paying much attention. I've been real busy, which is probably why I'm gonna lose. You have that advantage on me. I'm actually like doing a lot of stuff right now. That's for sure the
Yeah, no,
reason
no, no,
I'm gonna
sir.
lose. No, I haven't really been paying that much attention. It's definitely been interesting to watch. It's getting like really close in a lot of these acting races, which is exciting. You know, this is the closest year we've had in a long time. I don't know if there's really a guaranteed lock in any of the categories except for Best Actress, which is going to go to Jessie Buckley. She's the only lock. All the other ones are really a toss up, which is kind of exciting. It always makes it more interesting when it comes down to like the weighting. You know, do you remember like I think it was like 2017 or something where all 4 of the acting nominees won all of the major awards together? It was the 3 Billboards year and I Tanya, and it was like this is just boring. This is boring to watch everybody all 4 of them win every single time.
Right.
But this is like exciting. You know, Jessie Buckley's the only lock, and then everybody else is a real toss up. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I've got my little list here, so we can see how many wins we think that I will get, and how many wins you think you will get throughout all of it. But yeah, all right. Let's start going through. First, we'll start with best production design. We have Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, one battle after another, and Sinners. So one of the many categories where each film that is included is from one of our rosters.
Yep.
So what do we think is taking the crown in best production design?
I think Frankenstein probably wins. I think it is the one thing they have when everything else was like kind of mediocre. I think their production design is the one thing they have that really stood out. You know, it's big, giant theatrical sets, Guillermo del Toro style, and they went balls to the wall with it. I think Frankenstein's winning it, and I think it should win.
Oh, yeah, I would agree 100% that it will win.
Mm-hmm.
And then should win. I'm between that and Hamnet,
Really?
honestly. Yeah.
Still haven't seen Hamnet. Isn't that crazy?
Still haven't seen it.
Still haven't seen it.
Oh man. Wait, so what about all the other best picture ones? Were there any others you were missing still? Secret Agent.
I have not seen The Secret Agent.
Oof. Oof. Blue Moon.
I saw F1 though. I have not seen Blue Moon.
Critical to your cinephile status.
Again, I fell off last year. I'm falling off this year too. I still haven't seen Wuthering Heights or The Bride.
Dang. So yeah, you'll. I did see Wuthering
The
Heights.
only movie I've seen
I
this year
want to
so
see
far is Bone
Bride.
Temple.
Bone Temple. Nice. Yeah, I
Bone Temple.
I think Frankenstein will take it for sure. Hamnet, just because they built that whole Globe Theater at the end. There's a lot of good stuff there. Frankenstein. I don't know what they did with that house. It was found somewhere if they constructed that. But definitely a lot of good stuff in there for sure. But I don't know. I may head towards Hamnet on that one. That should win.
Okay. Best film editing: F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. I
All
don't
right.
know. I think Marty Supreme has a good case to be made for editing specifically. I
Hmm.
don't think it's gonna win though.
Very
I
energetic
think
film for sure.
yeah, I think F1 also has a pretty good case to be made. I'm not gonna lie for editing in terms of it's just the Top Gun Maverick effect again of like it's very impressive how you edit together these very quick paced scenes in a way that makes sense. You know, with these very fast vehicles.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Ah.
I think perhaps one battle after another takes it just for novelty's sake of it is the movie of the year and people are gonna vote for it. Um, I don't really have a dog in this race in terms of what I think will win. It's kind of even toed between those three. I think. I don't think Sentimental Value or Sinners should win. Um, I think should win probably one battle after another. I think they have some really good sequences in there, especially in the middle, that I think are cut together really well.
Mhm. Yeah, I would say will win Andy Jurgensen for one bout after another, and
Mhm.
should win the same. I would say
Okay.
yeah, one bout after another. Again, it moves so beautifully, and then they're cutting in between these like three different storylines at one
Yeah.
point, and it all feels like 100% natural. So yeah, I think they had a lot to handle with that, and it was done to perfection. So
Mhm.
I think that one will take it. All right, so that's another set of predictions in my favor. How about best cinematography? We have Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Train Dreams.
Bro, should win Train Dreams. 100%.
All right.
Absolutely should win. Should not win Frankenstein. 100% should not win. Oh my god, that movie looks atrocious, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's between One Battle and Sinners. They're
Mhm.
both really big in the zeitgeist right now for using shooting on like IMAX film. One Battle was shot in VistaVision. They both are talking about that a lot about shooting on these big film cameras, and people are touting them a lot. I think this one could go to Sinners.
Mm.
I still think it should go to Train Dreams, 100%. I could see it going to Train Dreams as like a dark horse. It is genuinely the best one out of the five, but I think Sinners probably takes it.
Wow.
At least I hope.
I think it will be One Battle After Another.
Of course you do.
I think again, just the VistaVision stuff, like them resurrecting
Mhm.
uh, that film, and then it looks incredible. Again,
It
there's some
does.
moments here and there in both centers as well, where it's like some of the highlights a little blown out here and there, but it's like, yeah, who cares? There's some great imagery, great compositions. So I think compared between those two, I think One Battle After Another will have the edge.
Mhm.
I think they're very solid. Again, I'm surprised Hamnet wasn't nominated in Best Cinematography here because that honestly would have been the pick I went for. But with the remaining categories, I would agree with Train Dreams. Again, the very like natural light that they did there.
It's just
So
gorgeous.
many, sunset.
The ending shot
Um,
where he's dead in the bed and he's covered in all the forestry, like it's overgrown over him. Oh, it's gorgeous.
some very beautiful stuff. So yeah, I would agree with Train Dreams.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some love given that way, but I think it will be one after another.
Mhm.
So that's where we diverge. You give yourself one win right there. I give myself another.
Uh,
Costume design.
yeah. Avatar: Fire and Ash, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. So running up the very similar roundup here. Um, I'm surprised Avatar: Fire and Ash is nominated in Best Costume Design.
Yeah,
They're barely
not,
wearing anything. No.
they're not wearing much.
No.
Yeah, I mean a lot of the trinkets and everything else they got going
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
And the one
yeah.
fan thing, I don't know what it's called, but that the
The
fire
feather
lady
thing.
wears.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Varang, you mean? Her name is Varang. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, put respect on her name.
Yeah. Um, this one's tough. I think Marty Supreme has a good argument. It's a period piece. Sinner's the same thing. I guess you could say the same thing about all of them, actually. Now I'm looking at it. You can say the same thing about every single one of them except Avatar. They're all period pieces. Um, it might go to Sinners. I mean, it's Ruth E. Carter. People love Ruth E. Carter.
True.
She's won it several times the last few years. Uh, I could see it going to Sinners. Marty Supreme had very good costume design, very authentic period pieces here, especially Gwyneth Paltrow's outfits. But it's also just kind of like suits. Hamnet could win it. You saw it. I didn't. They have very good costuming. I don't think Frankenstein's gonna win. I'm gonna give it to Sinners again. I'm gonna give it to me.
Okay. We're seeing a pattern. I think yeah, Frankenstein has this locked up for sure.
You think so?
Dude, the dresses that Mia Goth was wearing.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about Mia Goth. I forgot about Mia Goth. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is Frankenstein.
So what are you thinking? Are you switching?
He always forgets Mia Goth. Yeah, just put Frankenstein. You're right. I forgot about Mia
Right.
Goth. Everybody else is just wearing suits, right? But her outfits are crazy good. You're right. And the outfit, the coffin they put them in. Yeah, you're right. It's Frankenstein.
Yeah. So Frankenstein, and then should win probably yeah Frankenstein on that one.
Probably Frankenstein. Yeah. I
All
forget.
right,
You
best
can't forget about
sound.
Mia Goth.
Best sound. We have F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Surratt. So can't speak to Surratt. Still haven't seen that, although it is
Yeah, me neither.
out in the Enzian. So maybe we got to try and catch that.
Mhm.
And we have again another Sinners, One Battle After Another, head to head with Frankenstein and the Wings, and then F1, which I think is definitely going to be the winner, and then should win as well.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be F1.
Feel like you're in those cars, man.
Yeah, that would be a good choice. Although that being said, I think Sinners does use sound very effectively.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I love again. There's that one little moment in the Rocky Road thing where he like jumps up and they put in a little like flutter sound effect. His legs were like flipping back and forth. I was like, that stuff is just beautiful. And then obviously very music focused and everything. So they do a lot of great things like that one, the Pierce the Veil scene, when it goes
Mm.
from that note, like Miles Katana is hitting that drawn out note, and then it shifts into just being like a loud, high pitched droning sound as we come on to the vampires. It's like that stuff is just top tier.
It's
So I
gold.
do think
Yeah.
yeah they have incredible sound design um, across the board. But yeah, I would have to give it to F1 because that movie doesn't work unless they really make you feel like you're in those cars, and they did. Those races they packed a punch. So giving it to F1, will win, should win. How about you?
Probably will win. I still think Sinners should win, but F1 will probably win.
Okay. All right, next up.
Visual effects: Avatar: Fire and Ash, F1, Jurassic World: Rebirth, The Lost Bus, and Sinners.
Let's go for the Lost Bus, McConaughey movie, Paul Greengrass. Um,
Does it have good
fire,
visual effects?
yeah, the fire looked good because I mean, all the fire in that film, Obasher's many, I assume, is all VFX. A few, I'm sure, controlled fires were there, but yeah, a lot of it had to be done VFX. So that's solid. I think it's good. Jurassic World Rebirth had very good VFX in some places, other places, like with the long necks, the long tails. I don't know what exactly they were, but that one was rough. That was very rough. F1, dude, so many of those cars were VFX. They're fake,
Mhm.
they're real.
Yeah.
So Fugazi. So that's very impressive. And Sinners,
Really great vampire
there's a
effects.
lot of good, some good vampire effects.
Oh, you know what it is? It's the twin effects. That's what stands out for Sinners.
The
It's
twin stuff. Yeah, yeah.
the twin stuff with Michael B. Jordan is the best twin visual effects ever done by far. Like it is fantastic. They interact with each other. They touch each other. They are in the same shot and cross over one another all the time. Like it's done really, really well. So that does make it stand out to me as like number two. Number one, Avatar. Like, come on. Like,
Yeah, without a doubt.
it's
Should win,
Avatar.
will
It's
win
gonna be Avatar. Like, come
every
on, it's
time.
Avatar. They're gonna win every single time for the same technology. Like it is just leagues above everybody else. It's fantastic. The whole thing is fucking CGI, pretty much.
All right, now we're gonna go into the segment where we know none of the films, and we're gonna go based on vibes, on
All
title,
right.
okay, to
I
see
love
what's
it.
gonna win. So, best animated short film, we have Butterfly, Forever Green, The Girl Who Cried Pearls, Retirement Plan, and The Three Sisters.
Ooh,
On
I'm
vibes,
really
first look, I'm between Butterfly and The Girl Who Cried Pearls.
I'm feeling the girl who cried pearls.
Yeah,
Ah, that sounds emotional
it does,
and
doesn't it?
painful.
A little fantastical as well, right? The pearls.
Yeah.
What does that
Also,
mean?
she'd be rich. You just make her cry a bunch, and you got pearls coming out.
There you go. Wealth hack right there. Um,
Infinite money
okay.
glitch. Make a
So
little girl
yeah,
cry.
I'll go with that. The Girl Who Cried Pearls.
Let's go.
All
Hopefully,
right.
she wins. Best live action short film: Butcher's Stain, Jane Austen's period drama. Crazy title. A friend of Dorothy, the singers, and two people exchanging saliva. Oh, I don't like that last one.
I don't like it either, but it's the most notable title. I'm gonna go with that. Two
I'm
people.
gonna go Jane Austen's period drama.
Okay, okay, very solid. All right, best documentary short film: All the Empty Rooms, Armed Only with a Camera, The Life and Death of Brent Renaud, Children No More, Were and Argon, The Devil is Busy, and Perfectly a Strangeness. Okay, so
I'm gonna
fascinating.
go with Children No More Were and Are Gone.
It seems like
It
that's
sounds dark.
most heavy. Yeah,
Yeah.
wonder what's going on there. I'll co-sign that. Children No More, Were and Argon.
I'm looking up what it is.
Okay, that goes against the whole thing.
Children.
You're supposed to go on vibes.
I'm
What is
curious about
that?
the vibe. Were and Are Gone.
Child trafficking thing or impoverished children left out by the system? What's going on
Uh, is this
there? What's going on?
uh
Is it there?
Yeah,
Is it
this is
there?
definitely gonna win.
Oh, what is it?
It's a documentary about a silent vigil mourning children of Gaza.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Yeah. I had a feeling that's what it was going to be.
So that's our victor right there.
Yeah.
And
Best
then
adapted screenplay.
hmm,
Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Train Dreams. I think One Battle After Another, obviously.
yeah, one battle to another is going to win.
100%.
And then should win. I would give it to Hamnet.
Okay. I would give it to Begonia.
Okay. Well, there we go. My thought process there. One battle after another. We talked a bit before about Benicio del Toro.
Hmm.
He added a lot to the character, and they changed like that whole middle sequence in order to incorporate a lot of his like ideas and characterizations.
Hmm.
So talked about that whole like ending sequence. They didn't really know what they were going to do until they location scouted
Yeah.
that particular
In
hilly
terms of
road.
like a screenplay adaptation of something else, I don't know how strongly One Battle After Another is an
And
adaptation of the
exactly,
book
it seems
source.
like
Yeah.
he took character names and maybe the basic gist of like revolutionaries of the past that
Hmm.
have fallen outside of that life, and then
Sure.
it's catching up with them now. But yeah, it seems like a lot of it was invention, which is good. I mean, that also speaks to adaptation. But I think a lot of the invention was happening like in conversations with cast members and finding things on set rather than all that stuff being on the page, which again speaks to how amazing of a filmmaker he is that he's able to make all that work out. But I think obviously, Chloe Zhao worked with the novelist Maggie O'Farrell to create that adapted screenplay. I think there's just a lot of very clever, uh, just writing elements scattered throughout that film.
Hmm.
A lot of stuff with like the bird, the stuff with talk about twins, big year for twins. There's some twins in Hamnet as well, and how they like talk about that relationship and companionship. There's a certain moment that's just crushing. There's so much good stuff in Hamnet that I think is like this was on the page, probably originally in the novel, and then they bring it to life here, and then accentuate it with the visuals. Like a lot of the visual motifs that carry throughout the film, I think are really well done and complement all that stuff. So I just think Hamnet is a work of like screenplay, an adapted screenplay. More of it was on the page, and is being brought to life beautifully with the film. There's one battle after another, still incredible stuff, but I don't think as much of it was like an excellent screenplay. I think a lot of it was excellent collaborators, coming up with things and executing it great when they were actually, on set or in rehearsals or going around going through the production logistics. So will win one battle after another, but should win Hamnet for me and Begonia for you. So our first complete divergence there, I think, between
Yeah.
should win, will win. All right. Next up, best animated feature film. We have Arco, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, and Zootopia 2.
K-pop's gonna win.
K-pop is going to win.
I have no horse in the should win though, because I've only seen Zootopia 2. And I do
I've
not think Zootopia
seen
2 should win.
zero of these films, which I think is
Really.
probably my worst animated film like viewing. So
I wanted to watch
yeah,
Arco, but I never did.
yeah, I also wanted to check that out, but it didn't come to fruition.
Womp
So
womp.
K-pop Demon Hunters, we both give it a will win. I can't really speak to should win,
Yep.
but definitely seems like that'll be the case.
Yeah. Best original screenplay: Blue Moon, It Was Just an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. I think Sinners is going to win this one. I think they're going to give it to Ryan Coogler. And honestly, I think he should win. I think Sinners is awesome. I think this is a good choice. I think he does a lot of work in the screenplay itself to bring that kind of world to fruition, to set up a lot of the story elements, especially in the beginning, and make it kind of like a story theme. Uh, I really enjoyed Sinners. I think it's great. I think a close second would be Sentimental Value, though.
Yeah, I'm torn here. I think best like premise and concepts. I think Sinners just does a great job of like
Yeah,
freshening up the vampire genre, horror
absolutely.
genre, but then like just the vampire mythos, being able to
Mhm.
make that so relevant and impactful. Like that's just genius level stuff. Like that's incredible. And then obviously tying it in with blues and all that. Um, it's fantastic. So I do love a lot of that stuff. However, I don't know. I think on the like scene to scene level, and especially I don't know towards the end there, the stuff that goes on, which the biggest problem isn't maybe the writing, it's just how it's executed and a lot of the filmmaking of it. But um, I don't know. I don't know that all the way through. It's like the greatest piece of writing, whereas sentimental value,
It is
the
gorgeous.
performance is such a critical part of it. But it also feels like there's so many like clever displays of writing throughout that. Obviously, like writing and storytelling, like all of that is so essential to the film. And so I think I think it's just great. Like the little nods there, like you can see uh how the father, like Stellan Skarsgård and Renate, their sense of humor is like exactly the same. They have like that one where they're poking fun at the husband of the other daughter, and they go out and they're like having a smoke and they're just like sharing a moment with each other. Um, like just stuff like that is just I think so well done. Again, the way that they very heavily hint at, but then only casually confirm later on, like what happened to the main character, like the this trauma that she's carrying around. I think that is like really well done. So it's just much more of a like a writerly type of movie to me.
Sure.
Whereas again, Sinners, a lot of the beats are well done, especially that first half. Like I think that the way they introduce all these characters,
Yeah.
so well done. Like
Solid setup.
perfect stuff. The Delroy Lindo scene and the car, especially like
Oh yeah.
great piece of writing. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like sentimental value is there's less that you can rely on if the writing isn't there.
Correct.
Um, and so I don't know. I give should win to sentimental value as far as like the full screenplay, but again, just like the ideas and the conceits.
Yeah. But will win? Who do you think will win?
Will win, I think. Yeah, Sinners. They're
Yeah.
giving Coogler an award for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, best casting. We have Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, and Sinners. So the first year for the casting Oscar. Who do we think is gonna take it?
I think Sinners is gonna win because it's an ensemble piece. I think like the whole movie's based on that ensemble coming together and being in that single location for that second half of the movie, and so I think they're gonna give it to Sinners for that reason. I think One Battle After Another is a close second because it's also an ensemble piece, but they're a little bit just scattered throughout the film. But it is like very well cast. I just don't really know what they're like looking for in terms of a winner here. Is
That's
it
what I'm
just like,
saying. I hope they maybe do a little bit of explanation during the telecast, and obviously, we can do it. I want to go ahead and see more of like how do they want people to judge? What do they put out? Because casting or visual effects, sound, like they'll put out these clips to show people like the process that went into it. I'd love to know the process for the casting because
mhm.
it's like Michael B. Jordan is part of that cast and he's a great part of it. He was not cast though. He's not auditioning for Ryan Coogler. Like
Yeah.
Coogler's like, okay, well, we're gonna collaborate once again. Here's your part.
But look at One
I
Battle
think
After Another. Like a lot of the people weren't cast. Like Chase
yeah,
Infinity was cast. Some of the smaller roles are cast, but Sean Penn given the role, Benicio del Toro given the role, Teyana Taylor given the role because she knows Leo and Paul,
yeah,
and Leo
built around
100% handled the
Leo
role. Yeah,
doing the collaboration. Yeah, so it's like where
Marty
do we
Supreme, Timothy Chalamet given the role.
Yeah, so where do we draw the line there of like, we're okay, are we casting out all the rest of the parts? But what it seems like it's going to be is just going to be an ensemble award, basically. Like,
Yeah, which is what
who
I
we
thought.
like as an
If
entire
that's
cast.
the case, Sinners I think is going to take the win.
Yeah, I think Sinners is probably going to hear again. I would just love to know more about the process of like again, can we see which you can't do, but it's like
Yeah.
how many auditions did they go through, and then how about the screen tests and the
Yeah.
chemistry?
What work did these people who are nominated, these casting
Yeah,
agents, what work did they put in to build this cast? As opposed to what work did the producers put in to sign cast members on?
right. So yeah,
Because there is a difference there.
I just love more things there. Which again, it
And
speaks to
there are
great.
times where, the producers will do the work to sign them on, but the casting agents will come up with the names, who I think in a lot of these cases, Timothy Chalamet was a name that was like they had him before Mark Supreme even brought in casting agents. But in other cases, like maybe Kevin O'Leary was something that maybe a casting agent threw out. I don't know. Like I don't know whose casting was originally the idea of the filmmakers and whose idea was it the casting agents. I have no
That's
idea.
the other part of it too. Yeah, like because at some point the director is going to come in and have the final say. And so, is it the work of the
Yeah.
casting director to whittle it down to a certain extent? Or again, is
Like
it like
Odessa as I am was probably cast because casting agents saw her and thought she'd be good for the role and threw her name out, and that was a good casting choice.
so? Yeah, I would love to see more of the process behind it because the Secret Agent also has a great cast. Again, all these films have great casts, but those partly because it's a Brazilian film, so it's like we don't recognize most of the people there except Wagner Moura. But again, great cast, and I'm assuming it to find the people there for that production when it's not as here in the States, Hollywood, like you're gonna find an actor or actress, right, that's like going for the part. But what were they looking for with the Secret Agent? Were they looking for people that had less, sheen or polish on them? Wanted more naturalism, right? Like, how do they make those distinctions? I don't know. I'd be very curious about the process,
Hmm.
um, but it does look like this is just going to be what cast do we like more overall going
Yeah.
forward. And if that's the case, my should win would be One Battle, and my will win is going to be Sinners.
Yeah.
Um, but then again, like Hamnet, because they cast the brothers. They have Jacoby Jupe as like the little kid, the actual Hamnet, and then they have Noah Jupe, his older brother, playing Hamlet in the play,
Hmm.
which is like a great within the story world. They specifically reference stuff like that of like, oh, he wants to be one of the players for Shakespeare. He wants to be on stage in a sword fight, and then you see his older brother, like this kid, actually what he might look like older, is up there. They're both incredible, and it's great. And it's like, how did that come about? Like, how did they finagle that? Was that part of the casting process, or again, was that just
Yeah.
the director, or even if they share? I assume they share the same talent agency. Like, did they put it in? Like, again, what's coming from the casting director versus the producers versus
Yeah.
the director? I don't know, but
Not enough
Sinners will win
information.
this one for sure
Yeah, for
because they
sure.
won SAG Ensemble, so
Yeah.
they're gonna win this.
Best original song: "Dear Me" from Diane Moore and Relentless, "Golden" from K-pop Demon Hunters, "I Lied to You" from Sinners, "Sweet Dreams of Joy" from Vera Verdi, and "Train Dreams" from Train Dreams. I think
Okay,
Golden's gonna win. I think it's pretty obvious.
Golden's definitely gonna win.
100%.
What should win?
I don't know. I'm between "I Lied to You" from Sinners and "Train Dreams." I really like the Train Dreams song.
It's a nice song. My should win is "I Lied to You." I can't believe. I mean, I guess I know because Golden is like a number one actual hit and everything,
Yeah.
but um, it's so essential to the film. Like "I Lied to You,"
Yeah.
it's so critical. And I assume I haven't seen Kept Up Team Members. I assume it's also the case for that, but
Yeah. It's probably like a big song in the story.
it's just it's so incredible. Like that whole
It's
"I
just an
Lied."
unfortunate timing. Had this been any other year, "I Lied to You" from Sinners would have won.
Yeah. And then the other thing about Golden. Do you like Golden? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think I've heard it.
You haven't heard it? That's impressive. That's
Is it
very
good? Do you like it?
it it's
You're not
not
the
bad at all,
demographic.
but my issue is it just sounds like they're straining when they're hitting these high notes, and I'm like, "This is a recorded version of it. Why does it feel like you're straining to hit the high notes?" Not even that it's like their voices are cracky or anything, but it's so high and up there. I'm like, "This just doesn't feel like it'd be fun to sing." Um, and so that's the part that I
Well,
don't
they're gonna
like.
sing it
Like,
live, I think.
the melody is good, yeah, so we'll see how that goes, but, it's just one of those, like, it's a hard song to sing, but it doesn't even seem like
Mhm.
fun to sing. Like, if you could hit, Let It Go, for instance, seems like it'd be fun to sing. This one, it
Yeah.
just doesn't even seem that, like, fun to actually be hitting those really high notes. The melody is
Mhm.
good, though. The message of the song is nice, but, yeah, I'm just like, "Eh, I don't like it." And then I Lied to You, again, Miles Katan, his voice is incredible. It's sensational, and then just the way it's used in the film as well, and the storytelling behind the song, like, it's top tier. So yeah, I would have to give it to Sinners for that one.
Yeah.
How you, good sir?
Huh?
You right there, buddy? You with us? You
Yeah. What did you
plugged in?
say?
You tuned in? I said I'm saying should win is sinners. What about you?
Oh, I already said I was between Sinners and Train Dreams. I'm not sure.
Okay, and then this is the part where you would decide one or the other.
Don't make me pick. They're both good. I Lied to is really essential for the story, of course, like you said. But Train Dreams is such a beautiful song,
We're in the
and I love Nick
academy.
Cave.
You have the privilege of voting in the
Fuck.
academy. You have to cast your ballot right now. The deadline is 5 seconds away. What's it gonna be?
If we're talking about best original song for a film, I guess I'm picking "I Lied to You" because it's essential to the story. And "Train Dreams" is just a really beautiful song that closes out the film. But I guess I would go with "I Lied to You."
Okay, there you go. All right, best documentary feature film: The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, Cutting Through Rocks, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, and The Perfect Neighbor.
I have no idea, but historically, documentaries against the Russian government have won. So probably Mr. Nobody against Putin.
I'm gonna say should win will be. Actually, yeah, no, there should win because I haven't seen one of these. So will win is The Perfect Neighbor.
Really?
I've heard good things about Alabama Solution. Heard of Mr. Nobody Against Putin. Yeah, The Perfect Neighbor uh, has the hype around it. It looks like
What is it?
we had a good festival premiere earlier on. It's about it's like told entirely in body cam footage of this stand your ground law case in Florida
Whoa.
where a lady, an old white lady, shot a black lady who was at her door, um, and then yeah, we find out that it's because she's just constantly upset at the kids that are like playing in the neighborhood. Everyone else is fine with it. She's always upset and like causing trouble with them. And then at one point she had, I think, taken the iPad or something of one of the kids, or like brought it into her house. And then the mom went to go get it back. And again, there's like beef, like no one likes each other there because she's a crazy lady. Um, and then through the door, she shot the neighbor who died, which was very tragic. And then so you just yeah you see it play out. My issue with it though is they have a bunch of B-roll. They have like talking head interviews, but it's just the audio, and then so they play B-roll footage over that instead of what you'd expect, which is the normal like talking head, because they didn't want to break the gimmick of like oh it's all body cam. But it's like but that's not body cam if you're putting in B-roll footage of the
But
neighborhood.
I do love B-roll.
It's
I'm
just
not
like
gonna lie to you.
random shots of like the neighborhood and everything. And it's
Mm.
that it's not like nothing crazy, right? It's stuff you've seen before. But I'm just like it just feels like a gimmick. The other issue is because this will, I guess, in a documentary feature film space, it may be like oh very uh fresh and breaking new ground to like oh it's just the body cam stuff. But and it's not a bad idea, but there's so many YouTube channels that do exactly this
Yes.
for like the past years. Like ever since
Yeah.
Cops like fell by the wayside,
Dude, body
YouTube
cam footage is a huge storytelling
put a
device. Are you
bunch of
kidding?
stuff, and I've
It's the
seen some of
first
these
time like
videos,
a yeah.
and a lot of them are good. And I'm like, a lot of this, like as far as the editing, like being able to stitch together the different perspectives. There's some like wild car chases that are on there, and I'm like, this is like, a good approach to telling these types of stories. And so this is just like a documentary version of it. And it is a little bit elevated. I just would have wished it's like lean all the way into it. Like avoid narration, avoid the talking head. Just show us the body cam stuff. Let us see like each of these
Mm.
interactions and
So you watched
slowly.
this movie already?
Yeah,
You liked it?
I did. Yeah, I think it's good. But again, it's just for me. I'm like I've seen this trick done before on the YouTube
Yeah,
stuff, and with low key to better effect because at
sure.
least um they were kind of leaning into like what they were doing and like the kind of sensationalism of it. This one is like kind of trying to do that. Obviously, it's an important story, and they do
Mm.
depict it really well. But yeah, I just think it's like they're trying to break new ground with it, but yet they're betraying the gimmick a few times, and then I don't think they leaned all the way into like having it be a real like just let us see it. Like don't even give us anything. Don't give us any additional information about the person or the battle that happened afterwards as far as like getting justice. Like, just let us see that stuff. Let it play out. I think they could have done that option, but they didn't. I don't think they trusted the audience enough, and it's like I feel like I would have preferred that more. But it's gonna win, I think, in spite of that. So be on the
Interesting.
lookout, I guess, for the perfect neighbor.
Yeah. Best international feature film. The Secret Agent from Brazil. It Was Just an Accident from France. Sentimental Value from Norway. Sirat from Spain, and The Voice of Hind Rajab from Tunisia. Should win. No Other Choice from South Korea. Criminal that it isn't even nominated. Absolutely criminal. They do not like Park Chan Wook for some reason.
Yeah. What do you think will win?
Uh, Probably Sentimental Value. It's between that and The Secret Agent. I mean, those are the two nominated for Best Picture.
Indeed. Yeah, it's got to be sentimental value.
It's got like 8 nominations. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got 9 nominations total. In Best Director, it's gonna be there. So
Yeah.
sentimental value for that. All right, so that's another in my column. All right, best
Fuck
makeup
you.
and hairstyling. Frankenstein, Kokuo, Sinners, The Smashing Machine, and The Ugly Stepsister.
I think Frankenstein will probably win it, but I also want to say Sinners again. I think the vampire makeup is really cool, especially at the end when he's fully deformed and he has the guitar in his face. I think it's cool.
What they do to Cornbread,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. He's missing half his face, but he's still jamming out in the
All the vampire stuff is really, really
music
cool.
circle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
it's got to be
Frankenstein
Frankenstein. Come
Frankenstein
on.
has all the Mia Goth hairstyles and Frankenstein himself,
Yeah.
Jacob Elordi's covered in the Frankenstein
8
makeup.
hours of the prosthetics for every single
It'll probably be Frankenstein, yeah.
shot he's doing. So will win is what's your final pick?
Frankenstein will win. Bastard.
I think should win probably that. I love though that the Smashing Machine is in there. That's pretty great. All right, best original score: Begonia, your beloved, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Vow After Another, and Sinners. So we have some Jerskin Fendrix, Alexander Desplat, Max Richter, Johnny Greenwood, and Ludwig Göransson. So some very familiar faces here. What do you think's gonna win?
Should win Begonia. 100% should win. I mean, it's fantastic. I listen to that soundtrack in the car all the time. It's so good. Will win. I haven't seen Hamnet, but I know you said the score is really good. I don't think Frankenstein's gonna win at all. Sorry, Alexander Desplat. One battle after another, fantastic. You and I both agree that. I think you're gonna say that's the one that should win. I think Sinners will win. I'm a big Ludwig Göransson fan. The people love Ludwig Göransson. It's a movie about music. I think the score does have presence in the film, even though I think you disagree. I think Sinners will win.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has presence. I just think the songs
The songs are more prevalent,
specifically are the ones that are more prominent,
Mhm.
and it's gonna be his third Oscar.
Yeah, as it should
He's very talented. He's great, but it's like really, and that quickly too. When we have one bout after another, Johnny Greenwood still ain't got one,
be. He should have won
and
for Phantom Thread. That's my problem.
this is such a great score. Again,
I
like the
think
music
Phantom
is so
Thread is a better
pivotal.
score.
I mean, that can be the case. I can't speak on that, but this moves us through the movie at such a brisk, swift little pace. And it's also dynamic. Like you can like the beginning with those piano notes versus the ends of that chase where we switch over to the drums. I just like the spectrum that we have there. So it's like deceptively simple, but it perfectly matches with the tone of whatever's going on. And then again, there's just stretches of the film where it's just we're getting carried through it by the music and by the this like extended visual montage that is going on. And so I think it's so critical to the film. I would love to have seen this win, but it's gonna go to Sinners. Seems like a just can't be taken out.
Can't be
All
taken
right,
down.
best director: Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Joaquin Trier for Sentimental Value, Ryan Coogler for Sinners. This one is PTA's year.
PTA all the way. If he doesn't win, that would be devastating.
Yeah, should win, will win.
Absolutely. It'd be so
Absolutely.
crazy if he didn't win.
All
Who
right,
do you think is second place, though?
probably Coogler.
I was gonna say probably Googler's close up. So
I would
Sinners is coming up.
put Hamnet underneath that though.
Yeah. Best
Number
actress:
two.
Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue, Renata Rensby for Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone for Begonia. Jessie Buckley's gonna win. You and I both know this. I have not seen Hamnet, unfortunately. So honestly, I would pick Rose Byrne. That's only because I haven't seen Hamnet.
Gotcha. Yeah, should win Jesse Buckley.
Okay.
Brandon
Well, I will go watch Hamnet, and I'll probably be on your side.
Ingram.
But I have not seen Song Sung Blue or Hamnet. I'm not gonna pick Kate Hudson. I would have picked Rose Byrne. Although Renata Rensby is also fantastic.
For sure. But yeah,
Emma
this
Stone's
one,
okay.
the only sweep
Emma
of the
Stone's good.
season.
Emma Stone's very good.
And now we're gonna get Best Supporting Actor. So the first of these toss-up categories, we have Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo for Sinners, Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value.
Yep.
So we've had Stellan Skarsgård win the Golden Globe, Jacob Elordi winning Critics' Choice. We've
Delroy
had,
Lindo won SAG.
and then did he? Yeah, that was Sean Penn. Sean Penn won.
Was it Sean Penn?
BAFTA
Delroy Lindo
and
won
SAG.
something.
No, maybe
Yeah, he
some of
did.
the like smaller critics things, but yeah, Sean Penn has come back and started racking up the wins, the dubs. So I'm thinking it looks like Sean Penn will win. He's come back and is taking the crown, even though Stellan Skarsgård it. I think it's a close
You really think it's gonna be Sean
second.
Penn?
I mean, dude, that's look. He hasn't even been campaigning at all, and yet he's winning the most recent prizes. And
He's really
so
good.
I think they're just gonna give it to him. They're gonna be like, "This is such a like iconic performance already, such a standout. Like he's
It is pretty
phenomenal
iconic.
in it." Here's my thing though. I want Stellan Skarsgård to win though.
Yeah.
Sean Penn, like that man already has 3 Oscars, or well,
He has
he's
two.
about to get his third Oscar.
Yeah.
He's given one away to Zelensky.
He doesn't give a
This man
fuck.
doesn't care about these Oscars, bro. And so again, incredible performance is amazing.
He was
Like,
smoking
might not
at the
even
Golden
show up.
Globes. He didn't give a shit about anything.
Yeah. So and Stellan Skarsgård is incredible.
Stellan Skarsgård is fantastic in this movie.
It's a much more like subtle, reserved performance. But again, I just think it's so beautifully done, so well rendered, and so I think I'd give it to if I were voting, I would give it to Stellan Skarsgård. Even though again, Sean Penn, it's like yeah, without a doubt, like if he wins, you just be like, well, duh. I mean, he's fantastic, but I want Stellan Skarsgård.
I think should win Benicio del Toro.
Should win. Okay,
I think
again,
should win Benicio
love
del Toro.
Benicio del Toro. He's so
I
great.
always come back to this every time I get to the supporting categories. Is I want a supporting actor to win this award, and I think Sean Penn counts as a supporting actor. I think Delroy Lindo is a big time supporting character.
Hold on, you're not going to go with Sean Penn. You came out of that movie
Hang on,
saying Sean
finish.
Penn's going to get that. Okay,
Let me finish. I think they're all supporting actors except for Stellan Skarsgård, who I think is really leading that film. I think it's like a character piece with 3 leads,
yeah,
and I just think it's so cheating to give that award to somebody who's clearly one of the leads of a film just because he's one of the other actors in it and he's not technically like the main character. I think it's just cheating. I think it's always been cheating. So I want to give the awards to real supporting actors. And if I'm going by definition of an actor who like is there to build up the main characters and to build up the story by being an iconic performance, it's between Sean Penn and Benicio del Toro. And I love Sean Penn. I think he is an iconic character, absolutely. But I think because of how much they've talked about how Benicio del Toro's choices have like shaped the character and they came from him specifically and it like changed a lot of the story structure. I think the work he put into this character and how effortless it comes off, I think is like wonderful and very, very impressive. This would be
I
his
can't believe
only
this.
his second win. I would go with
You're saying Sean Penn, who you proclaim.
I love Sean Penn in this movie, but you and I quote Benicio del Toro in this movie all the time. Ocean Waves, Courage. Like we quote him all the time.
You're not quoting Sean Penn's "Do you like black woman?"
I do quote that all the
I
time.
love him.
Me, I love him.
Uh-oh.
He does have some
You
great.
quote
Yeah,
him.
I do quote him quite a bit. He has some great lines.
I do, yeah. Benicio del Toro definitely.
I would
his,
not be upset at any of these people.
Small
winning.
beers.
I think they're all 5 are great performances. I think they all deserve recognition. I just think Benicio del Toro, by definition of supporting actor, is doing the most work here in building up Leonardo's performance in that middle section of the movie.
Yeah, I can see that. Again, I love Benicio del Toro. He's
That being said, Sean Penn is a really good supporting actor in the sense that he is the juxtaposition of a lot of the main characters in this film. He is like combative against Chase Infinity's character and Leonardo's goals. Like He is a bona fide picture perfect movie villain for sure. So if he wins, 100% deserved. Stellan Skarsgård deserves a win. I think he should have been nominated for Best Actor, not Best Supporting Actor.
That's fair.
And I
That's
think he
fair.
could have won Best Actor. I think compared to the other people that are nominated here in Best Actor, I think he also delivers a fantastic performance up against these five people that we'll get to in a second.
Indeed. All right, best supporting actress: Elle Fanning for Sentiments of Value, Inga Ibsdottir Lilius for Sentiments of Value, Amy Madigan for Weapons, Wunmi Masaku for Sinners, and Teyana Taylor for One Battle After Another. Another major toss-up where three different actors have won some of the big
Yeah.
awards. Unfortunately, the Sentiments of Value gals are not in the race anymore.
Nope.
But Amy Madigan just won SAG, Wunmi Masaku won BAFTA, and Tiana Taylor won the Golden Globes, and then Madigan, I think, also won the Critics' Choice. So
I think it's really
crazy.
between Amy Madigan and Teyana Taylor.
You think so? But the Sinners Surge, you don't think that's
Sinner's
the
Surge is there, but I really think it's between those two. I think Teyana Taylor's going to win. I don't think they're going to give Weapons an Oscar.
okay. So
I
you're
think Teyana Taylor has too much energy in this film. She has too much presence in the film. I think she is a good choice for a supporting actress because she's not in the movie a lot, but her presence is felt, and she is like very important in her role in the background of the film. I think she's a good choice for supporting. I think Amy Madigan is also a good choice for supporting. In the same way that Sean Penn is like built up as the villain of the movie, she definitely stands out as like the most iconic part of the film, and she plays a good role as the villain.
Mhm.
Inga Ibsdottir Lilius, same as Stellan Skarsgård, is just the lead of the film, one of the leads. And so
I think
I
she's
think
more
that's a little
supporting. I would
more so
agree.
than Stellan Skarsgård, absolutely. But there are like good sections of that film where she is the like focus of that film. I think it's a three-peat between the three of them. Elle Fanning definitely supporting, and she's wonderful in the film. Wumi Masaku, also a great choice. She's very, very good in Sinners. I just wish she was in the movie a little bit more to
Yeah, that
really,
was
to
a
really,
very ceremonious departure.
yeah.
Uh,
But no, I would give it to Teyana Taylor, and I think she will win.
wow. Okay. So I wouldn't agree that she will win. I
Interesting.
think that'd be great, but I don't know. I think Amy Madigan because she just won SAG,
Mm,
which was still during the winning and everything. Obviously, she's a legend, very beloved.
mm,
She gave a great speech. Like she was adorable up there. Um, and yeah, I don't know. Again, things have changed. Like this is a horror film performance.
yeah.
Probably never would have even been nominated,
So
let
is
alone
Sinners though.
in
So is Wumi
contention.
Usaku,
Exactly.
which is cool.
But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely like because Tiana Taylor is very much iconic in that role, but who
For
are you going
fitting
to
though.
think of more like 5 years down the line? I feel like visually people are going to be able to look at Aunt Gladys rather
Yeah.
than Tiana Taylor.
I mean, they're gonna make a whole prequel for her.
Possibly. There you go. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like Amy Madigan is going to win, which it does seem it's kind of crazy to me, but should
Yeah.
win, I would give it to Tiana Taylor all day. Like
Let's go.
her presence in that film is huge. Like again, she's only in the first like 40 minutes, but you can feel her presence throughout the rest of it. And she makes such a mark. Again, like
Yeah.
she's going against Sean Penn, Leonardo, like veterans.
Her scenes with Sean
And
Penn
she
are
is so
crazy.
magnetic. Like the on-screen charisma, the presence, like
Yeah.
just she's got it. Like she absolutely's got it. So I would give it to Tiana Taylor if I were voting. I hope she wins. I really do hope she wins, but
That'd be so cool.
I'm feeling like Amy Madigan is gonna take the dub here. But I don't know. Let's see.
Yep.
For
And then the
best
last
actor.
close one, Best Actor: Timothy
Yeah.
Chalamet, Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio, One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan, Sinners, and Wagner Moura, The Secret Agent.
Okay.
It's a
Let's
tough
talk
one.
about this. Let's talk about everything that's been going on.
Timmy
It's
T,
been
bro.
a lot. The controversies coming
Yeah.
out lately are crazy. First, before the Timmy T one, we gotta go back to the BAFTAs.
Yeah.
Truly crazy. I don't know what BAFTA was doing or the BBC or what was going on there, but again, they had a pre-recorded ceremony, and then somehow racial slurs that were being levied towards Michael B. Jordan and de Orlando made it to air, but not all the like slurs that were thrown out. And again, it's you had Robert Aramayo, right? Won Best
Yeah.
Actor for I Swear, a film about
Hmm.
Tourette's, specifically the condition of Tourette's, where a person says like the last thing that they want to say, right? What they know is the most offensive and inappropriate thing to say in a situation. And
Hmm.
so the whole film is about the difficulties of living with that. And then the person who's the inspiration for that film is invited to that ceremony. Again, that is the condition of Tourette's that he has. They warned people saying that you may hear outbursts. And then, of course, unfortunately, the most inappropriate thing to say at Michael B. Jordan, Del Orlando, as they're about to announce an award, is to yell the N word in a quiet auditorium. And so we had all sorts of conversations, discourse, backlash, all sorts of stuff going on there. Um, just a like a truly unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
And it's like how I don't know, like the BBC and BAFTA allowing that stuff to go to air definitely was not ideal. But even then, like take that out of it, it's like still in the room. Like that would be very uncomfortable for everyone involved, but terrible for Michael B. Jordan and Del Orlando to experience. But also, I'm at, like terrible for the guy with Tourette's to uh, have that condition and then feel like, oh, I'm without being able to control it. Like the things that I'm going to say are going to hurt these people. That's just awful. That's terrible. So I don't know what the right move would have been there
It's just a
to
bad situation. Yeah, it's just
prevent
tough.
something like that. Because on one hand, it's like again, this guy, it's a disability.
Yeah.
So are you gonna like shun him from the ceremony where
No, of course
a
not.
movie is like that's portraying that disability is being recognized? But then also, it's like, do you have forget about? I mean, even just Hollywood legends, obviously, it's part of it, but just two guys in general, like having the worst like word that could be thrown at them, being thrown at them during that situation. It's just so difficult.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It, it's just one of those things where, like, either way, there's going to be some difficulty. Um, that being said, Dylan, what do you think? Um, how do you think this has factored into the rest of the campaign season? Because it seems like the center surge that we've seen started. I mean, it's always been there. Ever since Golden Globes, it's been number two. Like Hamnet had won that award, but then it became clear after that point, like when the rest of the nominations were coming out, it's like okay, Cinders is actually the one that's
Hmm.
gonna possibly take down one battle after another.
Yeah.
Um, at least the way I've seen it, so like the Cinder Surge really started cresting at that point because obviously people wanted to be like, oh, this is terrible for these
Yeah.
iconic screen legends. Um, and then that factored into again just the social landscape and everything. And then some amazing wins came after that, like when Mimi Masako won that night, and then Michael B. Jordan won at SAG,
Yeah.
which was
Huge.
a massive, massive turning point there. And so, how do you think this plays out? Because it's like I don't know what to look at. What's like a fluke? What is
Well,
a
this is
real sign of
happening.
the
This is
vibe
happening
shift?
simultaneously with the vibe shift for Timothy Chalamet, who you and I had thought was number one, and it was his to lose. For a long
Mm,
time, we were like, "This is Timothy's year. He's going to win this time." And he did the whole screening with his movies, and he did a one-on-one conversation with Matthew McConaughey, where he was kind of being a little arrogant, and he shit on opera and ballet, I think,
yeah.
and was saying he wouldn't want to do something that like nobody's going to see, which I think is
Said so. He said in context of again like working in film, he
uh,
was like, I don't want to do something or be part of something that no one cares about, like opera
yeah,
or
worse,
ballet.
even worse than what I said. Yeah,
Look, let me pull up the exact quotes. But yeah, you
it's
can
a
call
crazy
out.
thing to say.
But so keep going on how
I just think to tear down other artists' art just because it's not as popular as yours, while you're on such a hot streak of winning awards for your very popular art, is a bad look.
you said I don't want to be working in ballet or opera, or the things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though it's like no one cares about this anymore. And then he was like,
I
Sorry
guess it's
to
not as
anyone
bad.
I
Yeah,
offended. And then he was like, I just lost 14 cents. Here's my comment, which I think honestly, because you heard like earlier in the season, way earlier, I was like, I don't know, Timmy, he's the campaign has started to rub me the wrong way, where I'm like getting a
yeah,
little annoyed by it.
mm,
Um, but I think a lot of that was, he needed to get Marty Supreme out there, right?
mm.
He needed to, and it worked. Like it is the highest grossing A24 film, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it's very successful. It beat out, I think, domestically one bout after another. Again, that's like him. That's him going out campaigning for
Yeah.
it, making all this noise. But yeah, he's very in your face. He's very loud. He's very out
But
there, and so
my problem was I was okay with the campaigning because for a long time it felt like that was just him playing the role of like the arrogant actor
I was
who
like,
was
there's
playing
parts
the
of him that
arrogant
are there.
character, you know. And watching the interview with Matthew McConaughey, it's a long form interview, and I- it just kind of felt like it was him saying that. Like it didn't feel like him playing a character at all, which
And
is
he said
that's
this
what rubs me the
before,
wrong way.
which is hilarious because I think a lot of this, I think, is blown out of proportion. I think a lot of people
Yeah,
have
it's not like the
been hating on
worst thing he could
Timmy
have
for a
said.
while, and so now they saw this and they could like cling to it because they dug up. Like he said this 6 years ago or 7 years ago, something like that. Like when he was doing promotions for The King on Netflix,
Hmm.
he said something similar. So my take is like he's 100% correct with what he said. Of like ballet and opera, they are not very popular. Like that's
Yeah,
just a fact. Like
and the people who make those art
simply
work
a fact.
very hard to generate interest for it.
Which is
This is
true, but
true.
he didn't say it wasn't a value judgment of like ballet and opera
Yeah,
suck
I would
because
agree.
no one cares about it or no one should care about it. He said these things are not cared about to the same extent. He doesn't even say comparison, but he's just saying like I don't want film, which is very popular at the moment, right? But
Mhm.
we've seen interest wane. Like we know you and I have commented on this. Like we know it
Yeah.
is there's a lot of difficulties with YouTube, with TikTok, with all this stuff, right? Like it's not as popular as it once was. It's not as important as it once was in the pop
Yeah.
culture. And there's things like AI threatening it. So he's saying, I don't want to get to the point where I have to keep this alive, like something like ballet or opera. He wants it to still be something that's like mainstream and important and broadly accessible and all that, which is a
It's
fine
just the
point to make.
way
Like
he
it's
says
exact,
it.
yeah, but
It
even
feels like a dig against opera and ballet, you know?
yeah, but I think he even was like in jest because he says the thing about, oh, I just lost 14 cents in viewership, which that one is because that's saying like, okay, he's like, sorry to people I offended, and then implying that there's hardly anyone offended since he only lost
Yeah.
14 cents.
That's bold.
But again, if your point is no one cares about opera, which again is just to say broadly, like ask the average person on the street if they can name an opera or a ballet, they
Yeah.
will fail. I don't even know a ballet.
The
Um,
Nutcracker.
there you go.
Swan Lake.
One Swan Lake, I would know, but again, I know that because of films, Black Swan. Um, and so it's like, so yeah, ask the average person if they can name one. Okay, now ask them if they've been to one.
Yeah.
Again,
Have
fewer
they
people
been
are
to a
saying they've been to
ballet?
a movie theater, which is again alarming, but at least they've been, right? They can name a movie that came out last year.
Mhm.
Not so for ballet and opera. So like if you're saying factually that there's not much interest, or at least not much as there once was, back in the day when they were at their peak, it's just a valid, accurate statement to make. Now,
Mhm.
I think it was in jest. It was like partially a joke of saying, "Oh, the 14 cents," which I think is fine, but I can see how that particularly rubs people the wrong way. But then
I would still argue
kept
that,
going,
yeah.
being like awkwardly like playing into the bit of like he's digging himself a hole. Because then he does have you seen the clip where he's like, I'm just taking shots for no reason. So he like acknowledged it of like, oh, I'm taking
He's
shots, like it's
taking
coming
shots,
off.
yeah.
But again, like in jest because he's laughing. And then he does Matthew McConaughey tries to like segue into the next thing, and then Timothy goes like, oh, like he tries to do an opera thing. Which again, I think is the bit of him being like, I'm digging myself a hole. And so he kept playing into that. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I think it's massively blown out of proportion. I
Sure, I
think
would agree.
I think he would
But
agree,
it's
and people brought
taking
up
a
too.
hit.
His like family are a bunch of dancers. Like he comes from that world. He knows it.
Yeah.
He obviously knows that people care about it, that are a part of it, of course, and the fans obviously care about it. He's just talking about in general. He's like, film right now is popular. It's one of the most popular art forms there is. And then so he doesn't want it to become
Yeah.
something that's like few and far between, and you're always desperately trying to get people into the theaters, which is kind of the case for like small indie films. Like
Yeah.
it's hard to get box office success like that.
Regardless,
So
it's still just coming off arrogant. It reminds me of like anytime Quentin Tarantino talks, just the arrogance that comes out, man.
yeah, for sure. Uh, so yeah, I can see it can rub people the wrong way, but I think a lot of people
Yeah.
are like
It's definitely blown out of
intentionally
proportion, but it's like
misinterpreting it.
it's not great.
So yeah, I don't know.
So
I
with
just
that
think it's
being
funny that
said,
this happened. But here's the thing: it came after voting ended.
uh
It came out like the very night that voting ended, so I don't
yeah,
think it's had an effect.
you're
However,
right.
you have to look before, and it's like, was Timothy Chalamet on the downturn, like on the downswing,
Hmm.
because he didn't win BAFTA
Yeah,
because someone who's not Oscar nominated won the BAFTA, and then we have Michael B. Jordan won SAG, so Timmy was there, but notably Timmy won last year but didn't win the Oscar. So is Michael B. Jordan going to be in that same place where he wins the SAG but then doesn't win the Oscar? I don't know.
I don't
It's
know. I don't
interesting.
know.
Now here's the thing: we also have to go into of like the of the five actors of the ones you've seen. I guess you've only seen the three of them, right?
Yes,
Hardy, Leo, and Michael B.
Michael B.
Jordan.
Jordan, the three frontrunners. Yeah.
So what are
Well, because
your?
Wagner
I mean,
Moore won the Golden Globe too, didn't he?
he did, yeah, true.
Yeah.
So he's in play. He's in play. Um, so what are your thoughts on Michael B. Jordan as an acting potential frontrunner here
He
in
could
this
win.
category? He could win.
He could win. That would be really exciting for him to win. He's got a little bit of
Crazy.
momentum right now. He's a very good actor. He's been in the business quite a while now. He's very, very popular. He's very,
Beloved. Again,
very
that's
beloved
the
and respected, and he's very respectful. He's very cool. Like
I
people
can
like
see
Michael B. Jordan.
people felt horrible for him at BAFTA, like
Yeah,
having to go through that, and then the like standing ovation, immediate standing ovation at SAG. Like, people love him, and he's great.
beloved.
Again,
He's
he's one
beloved,
of the, he's like a movie star
and he is
type
fantastic in this
actor.
movie.
Mhm.
He's playing. He's doing dual roles here, and that is not like an easy thing to do, and he's doing it really
Right.
well.
Here's the thing, though: can you tell those twins apart without the hat,
Yeah, I can
without the red
actually.
and blue hat?
I can. I think the
Because
way
when
they act, I can.
I rewatch it, there's definitely because again, one is more smiley and always more lighthearted, and then Smoke, I believe, is always more serious and down to business.
Yeah, Stack is the fun one.
But there was one scene where they were like up in the rafters, they didn't have the hat on, and he was talking with Preacher Boy, and it took a while for me to be like, which twin is
It was
talking to me?
obviously Smoke. Come on, bro. No, it's
I It
clear. I
took
can
me a
tell
little
which one's
while.
which.
It took me a couple minutes.
You're
So
saying they
I don't
all
know.
look the same? That's
They
crazy.
literally the two twins do in fact look the same. But so yeah, I was like, again, it's good. It's good for sure. But is this not crazy? Like, this is a genre performance in an ensemble, which again, there's a lot of great performances, but like Oscar caliber. Like, we saw Dylan O'Brien play twins, which were more distinct, um, in the same year.
And he has a great monologue in that
He
movie.
has a great monologue. He was very emotionally impactful, and I was like, this is a great performance. That's not getting nominated. Okay.
I can tell which twin Dylan O'Brien is at all times.
It was very easy to tell which one is which. They don't need a hat for that one. But for Michael B. Jordan, again, very solid as he always is. Like, he's incredible. But I'm like, we're giving him a nomination for instead of Creed. I thought he was much better in that first Creed,
Hmm.
and then even which I don't know, I'd go along with, but definitely an iconic performance. Him as Killmonger in the first Black Panther. So
Yeah,
you could have imagined a supporting actor nod there. Here, he's not just getting a nod for Best Actor in a year where people like your beloved Jesse Plemons, and Joel Edgerton, who is
he's
fantastic
fantastic.
in Train Dreams, has a very like subtle, understated performance, but just very like authentic and believable. Here we have Michael B. Jordan. It's like a genre film. Yes, he's playing twins, but again, I don't know that that's that crazy. And also, one twin is gone
Yeah,
halfway
I
through.
will admit I was surprised that he got the nomination, and
That's what
it
I'm saying.
is
Like, he was
crazy that
like
he
fifth
could
place.
definitely win.
He was like the fifth nomination. We're like, oh, that's great. He got in. Like, what a great nod. And again, it seemed like a Cinder Surge because Delroy Lindo surprisingly got in.
Hmm.
Misaku, like, they weren't on our radar.
Hmm.
So it's like, oh, Michael Jordan also got the nod.
This
So
is
it's
why I
like,
feel like Sinners
a
might
win?
do fairly well at this Oscars because they're getting nominations when we thought they wouldn't get nominations. They could even get wins.
Right. But yeah. So that's why, again, this whole, that like double situation definitely adds to the Cinder Surge. And then Timothy thing, which again, the controversy with opera can't play into it because it happened after Oscar voting, but
Hmm.
the distaste for Timothy Chalamet, which was bubbling up over all that time, now has exploded with it. Was that also meaning that he wasn't as high up as we expected. So
With all this discourse, who do you think is going to win?
I still think Timothy Chalamet is going to win.
I
But I don't
agree.
know.
I think
Again,
it's
he's a young
Timothy's to
guy. He's arrogant,
lose.
but
I think it's his
I
to
still think it's
lose.
going to go to him.
I think if he's gonna lose it, I think he's gonna lose it to Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. Dude, the odds have flipped as well.
Yeah,
Even
we
on
thought it
like
was gonna be
betting
Leo.
stuff.
We thought Leo
Betting
was gonna
stuff.
win an Oscar. Now
Dude,
he's the third man, maybe even the
should
fourth after
win.
Wagner Moura.
I would give it to Leo. I think Ethan Hawke, again, this is why I think it's great because, again, Sinners, he has a very solid performance, but it's like kind of an ensemble. Like, Ethan Hawke is essential to Blue Moon if he's in like every single scene.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's a great part. It's very dynamic because on one hand you're like impressed by him and you're always entertained by him, but you're also like annoyed and pitying him throughout a lot of the film as well. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
he's just great character. Um, so as far as like in acting class, what are we gonna look at? Ethan Hawke, I think, would be the one.
Yeah,
Ryan Moore, also great, also plays not twins but multiple characters. Timur, I think, again, better effect. Leonardo DiCaprio, also one that like at the start of the season, it's like I wouldn't put that as an Oscar frontrunner, an Oscar winner, but he's just so good. Like there's not a single false note throughout that film. He's so entertaining. He's able to do all the bombast of like the comedic bits, but
mm-hmm.
still obviously nails all the emotional parts. Like when he's talking with Benicio del Toro in the car, and then later when he actually like gets to see his daughter again, it's just very affecting and low key. I was talking with this someone the other day where I'm just like, Leo, Sean Penn's about to get his third Oscar. Leo is still stuck at just one.
Yeah,
Like this man should have multiple Oscars by now, and he should be a 3-time Oscar winner for sure by the end of it. He should, you know, tie Audrey Hepburn for like the 4 Oscar record.
yeah.
Like, he's that talented. He's like the actor of our generation without a doubt. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
low key, let's give him this. He didn't even get nominated for Kills the Flower Moon, which is crazy.
That was a
He's
really
so
good
good
performance. Yeah,
all the time that we just don't even recognize it that much. So I'm like, we should give it low key to him. Like, have Timothy wait, send him on the Leo arc where for the next 10 years he's like doing every crazy thing he can. He's gonna go, you know, fit inside a bear and eat raw meat or something in
hell yeah.
wintry weather to get his Oscar. But I don't know. So I'm low key should win. I think Leo. I would want to see Leo. But all of them would be good. All of them would
I
be
don't know if
great.
I
But
have a
low
should
key,
win.
Michael B. Jordan would be in my like fifth, fourth place pick of
Who's
all
your
of them.
fifth?
He's like
Ethan
very
Hawke?
good. I think no Mora. I think he's very good. I just wasn't as
Really?
connected with like the character uh
Okay.
as I think for each of these other ones.
I don't have a should win. I was not like particularly drawn to anybody's performances like strongly. So whoever wins wins, and I'm okay with that. I don't have like
Yeah.
a
So
I
what are
don't have
we
a dog in this
predicting?
fight.
I still think Timmy's gonna win. You
I think
think
Timmy's gonna win.
Timmy's wow, okay. So we'll see. I've seen everyone have to
I think it's
talk
my
lately
exact
is
phrasing was I think it's Timothy's to lose.
wow.
Like if somebody else wins, it's because Timothy lost, which is tough.
So that would be both of us marking in my favor rather than your favor for that.
Yeah. And
best
best picture.
So
Begonia,
again, if
F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams.
so the Sinner's Surge, will it be powerful enough for best picture? If you look at the actual like One Battle After Another is like the strongest frontrunner ever. It's like won everything necessary to win and
Yeah.
then some. But then also Sinners also has like an undefeated package of SAG Ensemble, WGA, and then I think one other thing. So it's like they're 2 juggernauts that on paper they have never lost, like with the combination of awards that they have.
Yeah.
One of them is going to lose this time. I think One After Another is just so much stronger.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think ultimately it's winning more techs. It's going to win, I think, an equivalent amount of acting awards with Sean Penn, maybe Tiana Taylor. But again, I just don't see Delroy or Winmi Musaku winning their supporting. And then again, we'll see what happens with Michael B. Jordan versus Timothy Chalamet. But
Yeah.
yeah, I
think
just
it's
know
One
again
Battle
they're
After Another.
both winning the writing award, right? That's always predictive. So we got one in
Mhm.
original, one in adapted. But then PTA is also taking director. So I just think one after another, I'd be shocked. It would be truly it'd be one of the biggest surprises.
Yeah.
Be on the level of like Parasite winning or Moonlight winning after La La Land had won. It'd be like that level of like this is unexpected. Like no one would have guessed that
Yeah.
from the beginning of the season that's how it would have turned out. But lately, the momentum's there, so it's like it's 100% possible. But
We'll see.
I still think I would give would win one bout after another, and then should win. I would put one bout after another as well.
I agree. I think it will win. I think it should win.
Okay. So let's take a look at how many points.
Tally them up.
So wins for you. You gave yourself 1, 2, and then we mutually agreed you would have 4 other wins. So you have 6 wins total.
Mm-hmm.
From you, more likely 4 wins. Okay. For me, we both gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Fuck.
10 wins. And then I gave myself an additional 2, and then you gave me an additional 1. So that's 11 win floor.
Kill me.
And then 12
I hate this stupid game.
So I'll win 3 for Frankenstein, most likely, 1 for Avatar, 1 for Sentimental Value, and then 1 for PTA, another for PTA, probably another for OVAA, and then another for cinematography and editing, and then Best Picture. So
my only chance is if we're both wrong and Sinners somehow sweeps, and that's just not going
to happen. And Sean Penn brings me to 11, so that's 11 wins I'm looking at. There's just no way you win, because I get 5 wins outside of
fuck you.
Another.
Fuck you.
So this is going to be a big dub for me on Oscar night. Me, Paul Thomas Anderson.
Will this be your 3rd Oscar draft in a row?
Yeah, I think so.
God.
This will match because you're cleaning up the box office and I'm cleaning up the Oscar draft right now.
We need to swap next year.
Victory is mine.
You want to swap next year?
Yeah, I'll take the box office and then I'll just keep the Oscar as well.
No, you should flounder at the Oscars. Let me win one, please, God. I've only won 1 Oscars.
True.
It's devastating. All right, well, that's all the time we have. If you'd like to give your thoughts on the show, you can email us at theboxofficeshowpod@gmail.com.
The main title theme of the show is Sundown by Joseph and Dave.
If you like the show, please give us 5 stars on whatever podcast app you're listening to, and be sure to tune in next week.